Welcome back to Auto VIP, the place where you get the latest updates, reviews, and deep dives into the cars that matter most. If you love staying ahead of the curve when it comes to new releases, future models, and price insights, you're in the right spot. Today, we're diving into one of the most important SUVs in the global market, the 2026 Honda CR-V. This is Honda's crown jewel in the crossover world, and every new update brings with it a lot of excitement, expectations, and questions. What's changing, how does it stack up against the competition, and most importantly, what will it cost? Let's take a detailed look. The Honda CR-V has been one of the most consistent performers in the compact SUV segment for over 2 decades. Since its debut in the mid-1990s, it has built a reputation for reliability, practicality, and value, which is why it has become one of the best-selling SUVs worldwide. The 2026 model continues to build on the success of the 6th-generation CR-V introduced in 2023, but Honda isn't just leaving it untouched. With growing competition from Toyota's RAV4, Hyundai Tucson, Kia Sportage, and even newcomers like electric SUVs from Tesla and Ford, the CR-V needs to keep evolving. Visually, the 2026 Honda CR-V is expected to carry forward the sharp, modern design language introduced a few years ago but with subtle refinements to keep it fresh. Think of slightly slimmer headlights, a more pronounced grille with a sportier edge, and a few aerodynamic tweaks that not only look good but improve efficiency. Honda tends to refine rather than radically redesign, so buyers can expect a familiar but more polished exterior. Expect new alloy wheel designs, updated LED lighting signatures, and maybe a couple of exclusive colors that will make the SUV pop on the road. Inside the cabin, the 2026 CR-V continues Honda's trend of simplicity, practicality, and user-friendliness. The layout is clean, with a horizontal dashboard design and plenty of soft-touch materials. Honda has been focusing heavily on improving interior quality in recent years, and the CR-V benefits from that push. Expect more premium trims in higher variants, possibly with ambient lighting, better leather options, and improved sound insulation to make the ride quieter and more comfortable. Passenger space has always been a strong point of the CR-V, with class-leading legroom in the back seats and one of the largest cargo areas in its segment. That remains a highlight for families who need space without stepping up to a 3-row SUV. Technology is where the 2026 Honda CR-V takes things up another level. The infotainment system now features a larger, higher-resolution touchscreen, likely around 10 to 12 inches depending on the trim. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto will be standard, and Honda is also expected to roll out a more refined voice assistant and improved navigation system. One big update is the integration of over-the-air software updates, something that has become increasingly important in modern vehicles. That means buyers won't need to visit the dealership as often for minor software fixes or upgrades. Another big area of focus is safety and driver assistance. Honda's Sensing Suite continues to be standard across all trims, but for 2026 it may get even more advanced. Features like adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, and traffic jam assist are already included, but Honda might introduce hands-free driving capability in limited situations, especially on highways. Think of it as Honda's step toward semi-autonomous driving, though still with driver oversight. The CR-V has always been a top pick for safety, and the 2026 version is expected to perform strongly in crash tests and include more advanced protection features for both passengers and pedestrians. Now, let's talk about performance. the 2026 Honda CR-V will likely continue with its familiar engine lineup, which includes a 1.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine producing around 190 horsepower and paired with a continuously variable transmission. This setup provides a balance of efficiency and everyday performance that most buyers find ideal. However, the hybrid version is where things get more interesting. The CR-V Hybrid uses a 2.0-liter 4-cylinder engine paired with 2 electric motors, producing roughly 204 horsepower while delivering significantly better fuel efficiency. For many markets, the hybrid has become the go-to option, and Honda may expand its availability in more trims for 2026. There's also growing speculation that Honda could introduce a plug-in hybrid CR-V, giving buyers a few dozen miles of pure electric range for city driving. While not confirmed, this would help the CR-V compete with rivals like the Toyota RAV4 Prime and Mitsubishi Outlander FF. In terms of driving dynamics, the CR-V has always been more about comfort and stability than sporty performance, and that continues with the 2026 version. The steering is light but accurate, the suspension absorbs bumps well, and the overall feel is refined enough for both city commutes and long highway drives. Honda knows its customers value a stress-free driving experience, and that's exactly what the CR-V delivers. All-wheel drive will continue to be available as an option, especially useful for buyers in snowy or off-road prone areas. Now let's move to the part everyone wants to know, the price. The 2026 Honda CR-V is expected to start around $30,500 for the base LX trim in the United States. Moving up, the X and XL trims should fall between $33,000 and $37,000 depending on features. The hybrid models, which are becoming increasingly popular, will likely start around $35,000 and stretch up to about $42,000 for the fully loaded touring hybrid. If Honda does introduce a plug-in hybrid version, expect it to sit at the top of the lineup, potentially crossing the $45,000 mark but still offering excellent value compared to some of its rivals. For international markets, pricing will naturally vary, but the CR-V has always positioned itself competitively to remain accessible to a wide range of buyers. So, is the 2026 Honda CR-V worth waiting for? Absolutely. Honda has taken an already strong product and refined it with smarter technology, more efficient hybrid options, and improved design details, while still keeping the price within reach for families and individuals alike. It's reliable, safe, fuel-efficient, and versatile, which is why the CR-V continues to be one of the most trusted SUVs year after year. If you're in the market for a new SUV in 2026, the CR-V deserves to be on your shortlist. That wraps up our deep dive into the 2026 Honda CR-V and its pricing. What do you think about Honda's approach with this model? Would you go for the hybrid, wait for a possible plug-in, or stick with the standard turbo? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because we love hearing from you. Thanks for watching Autumn VIP. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe for more car updates and reviews, and ring the notification bell so you never miss out. Until next time, drive safe and stay curious about the road ahead.